that's your typical Mexican in a movie. That's what we see, like the big mustache and all the hair.
Yes.
Do you look like him? I don't know. How old is that picture of him?
Well, it says in that picture, it says on the bottom, it says age range 25 to 35. So I guess somewhere in that picture he's around my age.
Really?
Of course, he's 5'10", 170. I'd love to be 5'10", 170.
I was like, maybe if you have a big mustache and stuff,
he looked like a bandito. My dad, my mother would push. My dad was a performer as well, and he used to sing in local Mexican nightclubs, and he had an interest in acting as well. So my mother would push him. Yeah, go ahead, act. So they got a composite made, and then I think he was a member of Nosotros, which was where Edward James Olmos got his start in acting. So she would push him, but after a while he just resisted it. I mean, the more she would push him to pursue a career in show business, the more it seemed like he would resist it because he just had a problem with the domineering woman, I think.
That's so funny that your dad looks like that, because I pictured, just from what you've said about your mom being domineering, I've just pictured him like this really tiny, skinny Mexican. I don't know why I pictured that, but like whenever somebody tells you about something, you always get a picture in your mind of what they looked like, and I always pictured him like just really passive and really thin. And
well, he was passive, but my father, I remember having a rather imposing presence, I remember. But no, he was actually very, very passive. I mean, I don't think very, very gentle.
Right.
So
we were talking about your dad, you and your relationship with your dad, and how your mom didn't want you to go off. So you didn't talk for 10 years. And then what made you decide to want to talk to him again?
Well, I literally woke up one morning, I remember it was on a Father's Day, and I said, I want to find my dad. And so I went to his grandmother's, or his mother's house, and then she told me that he was at her other son's house, Benjamin's house. So I went behind Benjamin's house, and I found him. And we had a visit for about 20 minutes, and it was a very nice visit. He gave me his number, he told me to call him. Of course, I was about 19 at this time, maybe 20, and I just got the number and said, screw this, and I left, and then another 8 or 9 years goes by.
Really?
And then I remember there was this box in my mother's garage that I referred to as Sal's box.
Right.
And my old fiance and I, we climbed the gate, and we literally, my mother was out of town, because I used to always say, Mom, let me go in Sal's box and get some paperwork, and oh no, I'm busy, and it's cluttered, and always putting me off. So basically, we literally put on black, and it was like a mission impossible, and my mother was out of town, and we climbed the gate, we broke into the garage, and we got into this, and it was like a treasure for me. All these pictures, all these photographs, the one that you showed here was one of them, birth certificates, marriage certificates, and all this stuff. And so based on the license, driver's license, and based on the Social Security number we found, my then girlfriend looked him up on the internet on a people search site or something like that, and we found him in Ohio. I didn't know he moved to Ohio, and in fact, after we contacted again, I remember saying to him, Sal, you're a Mexican in Ohio. Is it cold over there? I mean, what are you doing, a Mexican in the snow?
Yeah, in Ohio.
He called me Guillermo. Guillermo's my first name. Sal is my middle name, and that's the name I've always used my whole life. But he would say, yes, Guillermo, it is very cold here.
In Ohio? What did he go to Ohio for?
Well, apparently his wife's family owns some property over there that they wanted them to take care of, or I think that's what I gathered. And then he has another son, so I have a little half-brother by the name of Nathan, who I think is about 13 years old right now.
So did you actually go and see your father?
When we first started talking again, he offered to fly me out right away, and I told him, slow down. I haven't seen you in 8, 9 years. We've had a very strange relationship. I said, slow down, and then subsequently, I never have made it out there. And now we haven't spoken. He finally came out here to visit his sister and his mother, and then we had a visit at a restaurant, and a lot was healed. I ran around my whole life with these daddy issues, this emptiness, this longing for something.
Probably without even knowing that you had those.
Oh yeah, so I needed something. And so we had dinner one night, and I definitely cleared up and healed. I went through a real process of healing just in a period of one evening.
So when you left, did you feel a sense of relief?
Oh yeah.
Stuff's been lifted off your shoulders,
definitely. And a large burden was lifted.
What'd your mom say about you visiting your dad?
Oh, why? Why did you want to see your dad? He left you. That's what is. And then her own curiosity started to spark. Well, what did he look like? And then she started asking questions.
Say?
Yeah, what did he say? Did he ask about me? That sort of thing.
Oh, so how was your relationship with your mom today?
Well, my mother and I have a very good relationship.
And always have?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I put her through hell. I went through a period of juvenile delinquency as a kid. I mean, you name it, I did it. Truancies and run-ins with the law. And I definitely, so I just want to say, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I put you through. I'm sorry. So basically, I had a lot of problems as a juvenile delinquent, probably due to maybe what went on at home, maybe due to the absence of my father and all that stuff.
Combination of everything.
Everything, the neighborhood. I mean, the odds were in my favor for me to be a hoodlum.
And you know what? You made it out, though.
The fact that I'm sitting here before you is a modern-day miracle. I mean, I had friends in high school, you know, shot and killed and things like that. So the fact that I'm sitting here, this beautiful studio, is a miracle in and of itself.
So what do you want people out there to know? What message do you want to give people? Anything exciting?
Don't give up hope. Never, ever lose hope. Just like that old guy said, her last guest, who I saw here, I had the pleasure of seeing this older gentleman. You know, no cookie jar too high. I love that.
I know, isn't that great?
Yeah, so
determined.
Don't lose hope. Keep your eye on your dream. And my main motto that I live by is live your dreams or die trying.
That's a great motto. Because I think people do tend to give up very easily. If things don't go perfectly or things don't go their way right when they want it to go their way, they're like, if it's not an easy road, why bother going down it? But, excuse me, the things that are worth it in life are never easy, right?
Well, there's a saying that nothing worth having comes easy.
That's true.
I definitely believe that. I love all those sayings.
I do too. I do too. I don't actually quote them, but no, I know I love them too. There's some great ones out there too.
Aren't there?
Yeah.
I buy books on quotes.
Really? Yeah. I have this little desk calendar that you tear off every night that has quotes on it.
Yeah, you know what I hate about those desk calendars though is they lump Saturday and Sunday together.
I know.
What is that? It's 2 days.
Hey,
I want 2 sheets.
Because it's the weekend, they just think they can put it on one.
No, the way I figured is all the pull-away calendars, they must owe me like 100 pages, literally.
Just from Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah, I want 2 days, damn it. I keep it in my restroom, so as soon as I sit down in the morning, I pull away that calendar.
Nice, in the bathroom.
Well, I pull away a Dave Barry calendar every day. And before that was The Onion, and before that was some Zen quotes.
That's great. Thanks for joining me, Sal.
Thank you, Jessica. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for joining us today on Jessica. If you have any questions about Sal or being a Mexican American or about strained relationships with your parents, email me in the email that will follow. Thanks. Have a good day.